Oh! Ah, here's another one! It doesn't seem to be broken. Yuragi approached the device and gestured to the rest of her family to come closer. Yep, looks like this one still has some charge. Yuragi, try touching the monitor. I want to check if you can activate these things as well. Huh? But I can't! It's definitely going to blow up if I do! Is Yuragi's magical power that strong? Not at all. I hardly have any. But for some reason, most domestic appliances end up exploding whenever I touch them. It's true. I've seen it happen with my own eyes. Thanks, Kanas. Oh, come on, it's going to be fine. Go on, touch it. Okay. Yuragi carefully approached the monitor and touched its surface with a trembling finger. Beep! I told you! I know this was gonna happen! My child's about to blow up! It's fine, it's fine. It's just displaying an error, see? Critical error. Anti-explosion system engaged. Resetting the device's safe mode. The monitor flickered several times before correctly lighting up again. Magical signature found. Welcome number 38659. Select the file you wish to access. So it's working again for Yuragi. And she hardly has any magical power. Maybe it let her in. Because of her big boobies? Hey, it worked for you too. Right. The magical signature of each person is supposed to be unique, just like their fingerprints. Maybe the security system in these devices broke? That, or we're all carrying someone else's magical power for whatever reason. Anyway, let's read what happened next. Let's see. We were reading about how Ixtab ate their black ring and their children gained a weird power. Yeah. The children born from Ixtab had the ability to attract and manipulate diseases to a certain degree. What in Eve's name? This strange power must have been caused by the curse of the Black Ring, inherited by our progeny. To achieve Ixtab's wish, we continued studying their abilities for several years. We eventually found a way to develop it by selectively breeding our best offspring and reinforcing their powers. It became an unwritten law that only the greatest of us would be granted the honor to have a child with Ixtab. All we needed to do next was mix some Horus blood into our offspring to get past QD's seal. After many years, the disease that would stop the tyranny of the Holy Knight and his kin was completed. Do you think they may be referring to? We had finally developed our greatest weapon, the Hero Syndrome. This disease targeted only those who abused their skills and spells. It was the perfect way to selectively kill all the rotten members of Brad's lineage and end their oppression. So the Hero Syndrome was developed to stop the Hollow Knight's children. It didn't occur naturally. Alice was right. Our mixing with the Horus had initially altered our appearance. However, the alien blood quickly thinned and we soon looked like any other human. Most of our healthy carriers were taken outside to procreate with the Hollow Knight's children. Thus, the Hero Syndrome spread among mankind, and the tyrant's rotten children fell one after another. But not all skill users died. A few of them lived their lives without ever using their powers. Some among them did not even know that they carried the Hollow Knight's blood. So that's why some of us can still use skills and spells. Huh. So we all share a common ancestor who lived a couple of thousand years ago. However, the Hero Syndrome could only be used to stop the tyrant's progeny. Something still had to be done about the Hollow Knight himself. So the Horus decided to... it's out of power! I think we're starting to have a good grasp on the situation. Ixtab gave birth to her children to stop the Hollow Knight's descendants, but the hero syndrome they carried. Well, now we know why they developed it. I get what they were trying to do, but their plan only ended up hurting the rest of humankind in the long run. I wonder what happened to Holy Knight. Let's see if we can find that out. Alex and his wives resumed exploring Ixtab's settlement. Alright. I'll go somewhere else a little bit. I want to see what is in here. Our free experience. Alright, can we do it? Yeah, Storm! That's the power of Zeus, motherfuckers. And you better not forget it that I didn't read what she said when she used that. God damn it. Chess! Battle analysis with Cheryl. Do you have any free space? Yep. Let's place it in the B skill set. I haven't even used this. I don't even know why. Where is it again? Yeah, we can have battle analysis. Wait, what? 12 skill points! Oh, wait. Oh. Different skill sets, right. Wait, let me try something out for a little bit. I want to see if I can switch to skill B, C, or A in a battle. If not, then, well... What? Lake Pond speak, peasant! You heard what you said, and nope, I cannot switch. Okay. I mean, I can understand why there are different skill sets, I guess. Alright, Cheryl. Yes. That's skill set A, please. And let's learn more. What's in here? Any more good shifts? No. There it is! It's another one of those weird devices. Alex has a monitor and several letters light up on its surface. The last passage we read said that the hero syndrome couldn't be used to stop the Holy Knight. How did he die then? We're not entirely sure. The legend says that he was betrayed and killed by a group of Horus. Well, that sounds oddly fitting with what we've read so far. Yes, there was a passage saying that the Holy Knight left a sealed dungeon with a group of Horus. Anyway, let's see how the story continues. Yeah. The immortal Holy Knight Brad continued ruling over the outside world. By that point, even the Horus warriors who accompanied him had realized his madness. And so, together we formed a plan to stop him once and for all. Now we once could face him in battle with the Horus themselves. Coming from outer space and a world much different than ours, they could use a unique power they called the Force. Wow, is it me? Or does this confirm once and for all that the Horus were indeed alien beings? It's like the discovery of the century! Sure, isn't that great? Look, who cares about the Horus? Let's keep reading! I do! The Horus lived with us, plotted in secret with the wads on the surface, and finally ended Holy Knight's reign. However, the price they had to pay to achieve this goal was incredibly high. Their numbers dwindled and their force waned. They had now lost any way of producing offspring. Their blood continues to live only within us. And now, we children of Ixtab shall keep honing our knowledge until the return of the tyrant. Once the world falls ill again, we shall act as the psycho and excise the malignant tumor. That's it? That device shut down just as Alex and his wives had finished reading the last paragraph. Yep, that's it. It's gone again. I think they charged these contraptions with something similar to our Maggie batteries, but this circuit right here is different from anything I've ever seen. Okay, I need a second to process everything we've learned. If what we read is true, then the Holy Knight, the man who has established the foundation of our modern society, was an evil tyrant. Yeah, but that doesn't mean we can label Ixtab's people as the good guys. I mean, no matter how you look at it, Empathy and Hamlin are definitely not trying to save the world. Yeah, if that were their goal, they could have talked about it with the duchies. They know they're doing something unacceptable, and that's why they're acting from the shadows. Yes, they created the PPshrooms, and they even tried to start a war. Ixtab are clearly the bad guys. I agree. They may have had the best intentions in the past, but now they're just a bunch of madmen. But seriously, where did all the people living here go? And we're still not entirely sure about how Hamlin and Deputy are connected to this place. Oh well, it looks like we still have to check a good chunk of the settlement. Let's take our time and keep exploring it. Yeah. Alex and his wives learned about Ixtab's origins and resumed their investigation of the abandoned town. Experience. Let's wait, who's sick? Oh, you. Yeah. Should have probably read the tell the heroes and is higher, but eh. Ooh. Ooh, whatever, one of these. This place looks different from the settlement we just passed. Yeah, the buildings are way bigger. The previous section looked like a residential area, but this one, it sort of reminds me of a hospital. Alex peeked into a nearby building and voiced his opinion on the matter. Now that you mention it, actually, this place looks more like a laboratory to me. There's lots of weird tools everywhere. This thing looks like a saw. Yeah, it must have been used as a medical laboratory. We doctors use tools like that one to cut through bones during surgeries. Right. Most of the people living here had been disposed of because of their diseases after all. And according to what we've read, they specialized in medical research. I wonder if we can find any of their medical records around here. Alex, look! There's another one of those weird contraptions there! Want to check if it contains anything like that? Right! They could have used them to store that kind of data as well. That's handy. I never know where to put my new medical records at the clinic. It's that number again. I wonder who this Mr. 38,000 is. Charles? I'm not sure about how to check the data. Could you operate it for me? Sure. Sheesh, what would you do without me? The archaeologist girl scooted over her husband and confidently passed her fingers at the monitor. Oh, it looks like there's some kind of lock on this contraption, so we can't access all the records towards it. Anything interesting we can read? Yeah, we can check the documents written by our dear Mr. Numbers himself. Or herself, I guess? Let's see. Maybe this one? Wow, I wonder what this term means. What? Sounds having tons of fun. Of course, I am an archaeologist after all. Okay, so, this, we don't care, this looks pretty bad. This area was an academic sector where the locals studied various diseases. It was also the administrative center of the whole underground settlement. So these are sort of like the records of the conditions he researched here? Let's see. the meso disease, the urinary calculi condition. Whoa! There's a big skull next to this one! The gacha addiction! Sounds dangerous! Honestly, I've never heard of any of these diseases before. The urinary calculi one sounds quite painful for some reason. Scary. There's a report on a study conducted by our mysterious Mr. Numbers himself. Want to take a look? Cheryl pointed at that specific line and watched her husband answer with a nod. Yeah, let's take a look at that one. The archaeologist girl pressed a button on the monitor and displayed a long page full of notes. We children of Ixtab dedicated our existence to study and fight diseases. In a way, it could be said that we were born for this very purpose. Our ancestors had been abandoned because of their afflictions, doomed to find their deaths in here. And yet they spent all their energy in an attempt to preserve their lives, even for just a moment longer. Initially, all they did was dissect and collect valuable data from those who had no hope of survival. Many suffered from this approach, but the knowledge gathered let us take giant leaps in our studies. Their findings would prove to be essential for the future of Ixtab's children. They gave us the knowledge needed to raise a progeny blessed by the Black Ring, just like our mother. Wait, what? All of us children birthed by Mother Ixtab wielded the power of the Black Ring. We selectively bred our strongest siblings to strengthen their curse or increase their abilities. This is absolutely insane. Not only did they dissect ill people against their will, they even experimented on their own relatives. No wonder that they were so advanced after conducting all those unethical experiments. Lately, I have been thinking that we may have forgotten about our original goal, the preservation of life. Our ancestors became too adamant in their quest to attain Mother Ixtab's wish at any cost. Unable to reason on their own, they strove to prove their worth and gained the right to mate with her. And yet, it is true that the skills our mother granted mankind only brought more death and sadness. Instead of saving mankind, they caused a second barbaric era to descend upon the world. Humanity repeated the same mistake once again, like a chronic disease that keeps resurfacing over time. And so, our mother decided to treat this affliction with another one. To fight fire with fire. Our ancestors found a way to kill those who excessively used their skills by making them fall ill. You must be thinking about the hero syndrome. So the origin of the hero syndrome is the curse of the Black Ring that people get from breaking Mother Eve's law? It could be! We did read that Saint Ixtab devoured her Black Ring and somehow gained its power. And then these guys had a bunch of kids with her. Her children eventually inherited the curse, and then they made it spread outside. That's it! The hero syndrome is a weaponized version of the Black Ring's curse. Wait. We can't be absolutely sure that what you're saying is the truth. But yeah, the more I think about it, the more it makes sense. He selectively bred the children who fell ill from the curse when they used their skills. And then they spread their blood outside by having them marry the Holy Knight's descendants. The more we learn about Ixtab, the scarier their history gets. I can't believe that the hero syndrome may be a curse left by one of the old saints. After spreading it around the world, we focused our efforts to find a cure to administer at the right time. The people who lived here sure dedicated all their lives to medical research in one way or another. Sounds like it. The device slowly ran out of power and shut down. But if the hero syndrome is caused by the curse of Ixtab's Black Ring, does a way to cure it even exist? Honestly, I don't know. We could develop several drugs to eradicate all the diseases caused by the hero syndrome, but still, that sounds like it could take ages. Anyway, let's check if we can find another device to read the rest of the notes. Maybe we can find something about the Discrepancies as well, since he gained Biomedica out of nowhere? Because quite honestly, this needs to be a proper explanation about Medica, really. Alex and his girls learned the shocking truth about the hero syndrome and its symptom exploration.